courageous and rooted to the soil of his homeland. Senthil Gopalan is an incredible achiever who gave up his lucrative career in the United States only to come back to India to transform lives and empower the rural poor.
The reason for moving here was not a decision that was taken suddenly or just by through a sudden event in life. The movement was something that had been thought through for a long period of time, like from my 8th standard onwards. After being in the village, seeing in the village, living in the village, and looking at the opportunities that are available for people in town, for myself, the opportunities that my parents provided, the choices that my parents created for our growth, I thought that there is certainly a need to make these kind of changes in the villages.
Thenur, a quaint little village in Tamil Nadu comprising of 3,500 people, was in a state of despair. Until Senthil Gopalan came into the village as a messiah of hope. What started as a mission to provide better healthcare facilities to the rural poor blossomed into a full-fledged movement that has transformed Thenur into a self-sufficient and prosperous haven.
Thenur village, which has about 3,500 people, has 15 different castes over here. All 3 religions are over here. So this is a really nice bed for us to start piloting a lot of the initiative that we had been kind of visioning ourselves. There's so much to do, so much work that needed to be done in Thenur and surrounding villages. And the second most important thing is that because of the diverse nature of this particular village, so when we wanted to take this as a movement, this would be an area where we would be able to learn a lot of things and able to carry out in other places also.
Today, after 8 years, Senthil's vision and relentless efforts has changed the face of Thenur. Not only is the village equipped with a primary school, a community health center, and an IT center, but also has a range of training centers to help villagers hone their skills in an array of jobs. Senthil ensures they get trained and also provides them with employment opportunities.
ஐயா வந்து கூப்பிட்டாருங்கள, நீங்கள் மைசூர் போயிட்டு வாங்க, உங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் சம்பளம் படுத்திட்டு வந்ததுலேருந்து ஐயா அங்கே எங்களை வேலைக்கு சேர்த்துக்கிட்டாரு. நல்லா இப்போ இதனால் செய்கிறதுனால எங்களுக்கும் இந்த வருமானமும் வருது, இங்கேயும் வந்து நல்லா தன்னம்பிக்கையோடு வேலை செய்கிறோம், நல்ல வருமானம் வருது, அதனால் நாங்கள் இன்னும் நல்லா செய்வோம்.
From providing employment, free education and food, Senthil has left no stone unturned in empowering and enlightening the people of Thenur.
அதே மாதிரி இங்கே வில்லேஜெல்லாம் வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா ஸ்கூல் பசங்களுக்கு வந்து படிப்பு சொல்லி தரது. அப்புறம் இங்கே தொட்டியப்பட்டி கிராமத்தில் வந்து ஈக்கோசன் டாய்லெட் வந்து இப்போ புதுசாக பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அப்புறம் அங்கே இருக்க பிள்ளைங்களுக்குலாம் வந்து இலவசமாக சொல்லித்தர மாதிரி டியூஷன்லாம் செட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய ஹெல்ப். அப்புறம் இடம் கம்மியாக இருக்க பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து நோன் மீல்ஸ்லாம் இது பண்ணி ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ நிறைய பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
Right now we are focused on 2 main things. One is like, yes, decently a good health care system available in a vicinity. and then education for the people to understand their body, mind and their self and their disease, how to understand and how to become owners of their own health, how to maintain or sustain health.
Driven by immense love for his country and an urge to contribute to society, Senthil, a selfless Samaritan, has brought along winds of change, hope and happiness in the lives of thousands. And he still has a long way to go before he stops.
Hello everyone, this is Master Aman Rehman and this is my story.
His eyes feel sleepy, his mind needs some rest. But nothing dampens Aman's zeal to complete his computer project before he sets off to school the next morning. Aman Rehman is a 10th standard student studying at St. Thomas College in Dehradun.
When I became his class teacher, I was told that he was a child prodigy. But I didn't know him that much till I actually became his class teacher. And being his class teacher, I am immensely proud of him. The school is, I am, and we all are.
If you have a hobby, you should go for it because hobby is the thing which you are passionate about. You want to go in it anyhow. Like if your parents are stopping you to get into it, but you will get into it, you are so passionate about it.
She is joining at acute angles. This is called
Much like his class teacher, everyone associated with Aman takes immense pride in his achievements. Every day after school, this 13-year-old student transforms into an animation lecturer.
If you want to know anything, you can ask just now. I'll start with it.
Teaching students double his age in a leading animation institute in the city.
Started giving lectures at a very young age. When I was 8 years old, I gave my first lecture. It was in data logics as a teacher was absent, so I was the one who was conducting a lecture with 2-3 students. But other students found me eye-catching, so they came and sat over there and asked me, can we listen to you? So I said yes, of course. So I told my brother that I love giving lectures and all. So he talked to a GM and then I started giving lecture professionally. And now I am a guest lecturer in many other institutes.
Actually, when I was told that he will be taking our classes, I was like, are you kidding me? He will take our classes. But then when he started taking it, then I really find it's quite fascinating in itself that Aman, at being 13 years old, he's taking classes and classes of softwares which even professionals fear of. Like those softwares are not easy, seriously not easy, and he's doing it at 13. It's amazing.
Aman showed a keen interest in computers when he was just 3.5 years old. He pursued a diploma course from data logics and started teaching his batchmates there. And at 11, he had already earned a BSc degree in animation.
Posture of a guy. My father bought 2 boxes, which was a second-hand computer for my elder brother. I used to stand back and see what my brother used to do. So he allowed me to touch the computer first time. I remember I was playing Minesweeper. It is a basic game in computers. So I was playing regularly. Then I used to think that this game is made in animation. So what if you see Tom and Jerry, so you would start laughing because it's a comic characters and all. And that I used to think how it is made. Like how can a cat walk, talk? How can she do that? But whenever I used to get time, I used to make files in animation. I made one project just a PowerPoint presentation and saved it and named it as Aman. So my brother came back from the tuition and saw that file. He was really very proud of me that I never taught him anything, but he made a very good file. So he talked to my father about animation, taking me to an animation institute and learning animation over there.
Behind the success story of this whiz kid is his hard-working father, who continues to work as a two-wheeler mechanic to support his family of 4.
शुरू से रहा कि बच्चे किसी तरह से पढ़ें, क्योंकि मैं नहीं पढ़ा हूं तो मैंने सोचा बच्चों को पढ़ाना एक इंटरेस्ट था, क्योंकि हम देखते थे कि पढ़े लिखे आदमी की क्या वैल्यू है और हमारी क्या है। बहुत परेशानी है कई बार, जैसे कहीं हमें ऐसा होता था कि कहीं प्रेजेंटेशन देनी है अमन को, तो मेरे पास लैपटॉप नहीं था, मेरा छोटा सा काम है, तब मैं किराए पे लेता था 100 रुपए का। और मैं चाहता हूँ कि वो बच्चा जो है देश के नहीं दुनिया के काम है मेरा, कि उसको कई जगह से ऑफर है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाले बुला रहे हैं, लेकिन मैं चाहता हूँ कि वो देश के लिए काम करे, अपनी मट्टी का कर्ज अदा करे।
Over the years, Aman has made more than 1,000 animation films and won several laurels for his exceptional aptitude. 2012, he was declared as the youngest animation lecturer of the world by Ripley's Believe It or Not. Today, as he awaits for a place in the Guinness Book of World Records, Aman Rehman has sketched a promising future, not just for himself, but for the country too.
Tomorrow I want to go abroad and complete my masters in animation from Walt Disney University, and then in next 6-7 years I want to come back and start an NGO who should teach the poor and disabled students free of cost, because I know the problem they face, because I am from a humble family, and I just want that those students, children should make India proud in animation field. Hope you liked my story. Bye bye.
गोइंग टू स्कूल से एक प्रोजेक्ट मिला है, गुणों का पिटारा, उसमें मैंने 5 कौशल बनाए हैं।
इसमें हमें अपने शहर, मोहल्ले और गलियों की छोटी, बड़ी और माध्यमिक समस्या के बारे में लिखना था।
These teenagers are learning entrepreneurial skills. They have identified role models in their locality, and more than anything else, they love going to school.
Children read one story on Saturdays for 2 hours. They then play a game in the classroom. This is all to learn a skill. So again, negotiation, the importance of being on time, building a team, how to identify a problem and take initiative. So they're all teaching entrepreneurial skills through stories. And children then go, over the weekend, they go into their communities and they create a project. So they will make a children's newspaper where they go and interview local entrepreneurs, identify their skills and draw their portrait. They'll make a cash flow statement.
A desire to explore new possibilities brought Lisa Hedloff to India in 1998. A teacher by profession, Lisa bid adieu to her life in UK. But what remained with her was a query once posed by her student.
I moved around a lot when I was young. I was always the new kid in class, and so I was always asked by children where I moved to these new schools, what is it like to go to school where you went to school? And it was very difficult to answer that question. And then here we were 10 years later, where I was a teacher and I had a class of 16 6-year-olds, and I was now teaching my class about India. And there's a little boy in my class called Oliver, as the story goes, true story, who asked me, what is it like to go to school in India? And I said to Oliver that I didn't know, but I promised him that if I ever went to India, I would find out.
Lisa travelled to different parts of the country to witness the sheer grit with which underprivileged children went to school. And she went on to compile 25 such stories into a graphic novel. Her mission: to motivate other children to not drop out of school.
The first project was Going to School in India, which is a children's book, and we said it was a celebration of what school could be, from going to school in a tent in the middle of the desert to going to school in the dark with solar lanterns. And the idea behind Going to School in India was simply, can we make a beautiful book that tells positive stories of how children are going to school across India and how they're learning activity-based lessons that will help them transform their lives.
With the conviction that a beautiful story can change a child's life, Lisa Hedloff founded Going to School, an education trust that designs artistic graphic novels which contain stories of children who braved all odds to go to school, and of children who learnt and used a skill to improve their lives.
The idea behind Be an Entrepreneur is simply that it would be wonderful to teach children skills at school at scale, and that for us entrepreneurial skills are employability skills. They're skills can be applied to getting a job or creating a job once you complete your education. Every project that children complete over the weekend, I like to think is an experience of becoming an entrepreneur.
The Going to School office in Patna is home to all the weekly projects that these children make. They are then assessed and the feedback is incorporated in the next set of storybooks that are rolled out in 871 secondary schools in Bihar.
We train the teachers for 3 days to use the stories with children. So each of the stories comes with an activity in the back that children have to do. So we have a team of 31 people that visit schools, support the teachers, collect the projects.
It's a program that holds the promise of a better future for thousands of children. Not only are they motivated to study, thousands like Nancy are also on the path of becoming young social crusaders.
प्रोजेक्ट मिला था, उसमें हम लोग को अपनी गली, शहर, मोहल्ले में जो समस्या है उसको लिखना था और हम लोग इसको कैसे ठीक कर सकते हैं, क्या हमें अपने दोस्त की ज़रूरत है, क्या सरकार की ज़रूरत है.
Apart from providing these books free of cost to children in Bihar, Lisa also motivates youth to make business plans that solve a problem in their city or locality, inculcating the spirit of entrepreneurship amongst people belonging to low-income groups.
Be Fund is for after the age of 18, once you've completed your education, you have a business idea that solves the problem where you live, you can call the Be Fund and we work with you to make a business plan and present it to the investment committee, get up to 5 lakhs to solve a problem where you live and become a hero. And then we tell your story back to children.
Lisa Hedloff has made schooling fun and meaningful for close to 87,000 children in Bihar. And for this Indian at heart, this is just the beginning of a movement of creating young social entrepreneurs in all nooks and corners of the nation.
We have a movement of young social entrepreneurs who are the heroes that we need for the time we're in. And I would say just give them 3 years. You know, they will be doing the greatest amount of good they possibly can for anyone, and hopefully they'll be inspired by a story that once upon a time they read at school.